Hello guys, this is going to be the next episode in the campaign series with the Firecaster Templar, and now we have made it into Act 8. First thing we are going to do is move over here on the map into the toxic conduits, and as you can see up here, our objective is to kill Doedre. If you remember, Doedre was one of the 3 guardians that we have fought already in Act 4 I believe, when we fought Quay, and now we can fight her again. And in this area, the toxic sewers, toxic conduits, kind of just have to pick one direction, left or right, and then go with it. And you should find the exit, hopefully at least. I think one of the directions is a dead end and only the other one is correct. So sometimes you have to walk a little bit. Also, for character upgrades, I have gotten a better wand. I just found this while gambling. It's just a wand with flat damage to spells is fire damage. Pretty much all of the other modifiers on it are kind of useless. You can also just get some wand with an open prefix and then craft on fire damage to spells with the crafting bench in town. And that wand will just be good enough for the entire campaign. This build really does not need a lot of good gear to get through the campaign. Just the gem itself and the passive tree will carry your damage. You don't have to worry about it too much. Right, now we are in Doedre's Cesspool. This is the area where we can find the entrance to Doedre's arena. But we have to be kind of careful because most of the enemies here can poison you. It's kind of annoying. Really dangerous area. Okay, but we managed to find Doedre's arena. Right there. Here you have to press the valve for her to appear. And then you can just burst her. She dies pretty quickly usually. There we go. Okay, she lived. Now she's dead. Now we can go to the sewer outlet right here. This area I'm just going to grab the crafting recipe and then go to the right. I like going to the right because in this way you can kind of do a shortcut. You can technically also do the left first, but it's a bit slower. Now for the Quay, you want to stay at the bottom side of this area and scan the edge, because there will be a pier leading from the main area. Okay, I'm going to take Iron Will. This makes our strength melee damage bonus apply to spell damage as well. As I was saying, at the bottom edge of this area, at some point there will be a pier with a quest item we need. I actually take the shrine. There you can see the exclamation mark already. And in this boss is the Anchor of Eternity, which we will need for some area later in this area. This area has like a little sub-area, I guess you can call it. Which is going to be the resurrection site, where we have to fight Tollman. So to find the resurrection site, I usually just try to go down. There's also another exit in this area to the Grain Gate, I believe, which should be more like up to the right or left in this area, depending on the layout. Okay, what is this card? Just check this. Okay, this is actually worth a bit. So, again, if you find any lucky drops, you can always just sell them and get some nice currency. And in this area you just have to kill the zombies until this guy is damageable. Okay, and now we can damage Stallman. And once we've defeated him, we can talk to Clarissa. And then, once we meet her in town again, I think she gives us... Actually, I'm not sure if she gives us a passive skill point or some other reward. Anyways, we are going to continue to the Grain Gate. Just go as far up as possible, then we should find it. I'm also going to grab this life node just to make our character a little bit more tanky. And there's the Grain Gate. In this area we will find a gate for a skip I like to do in these runs. And you are just going to look for these corpses in front of the houses, and once you find a house with a corpse in front, that's the clue to know that you are going the right way. And I'm going to, yeah, this is the area I was talking about. Somewhere in one of the open areas here, you will find this metal structure with a gate. It does not have the symbol on the map when you first encounter it, so you will actually have to look out for it. Here is the Gambling Legion. This is another mini-boss you have to kill for a passive skill point, but they are quite weak. And then after you've defeated them, you can go into this hidden underbelly. This area is pretty dangerous. There's a lot of fire archers that deal a lot of damage, so you definitely should have high fire resistance. I have kept fire resistance. Pretty much all of your resistances should be kept at this point. And now I'm just going to continue until I find preferably the bathhouse, but the Solaris Concourse is also fine. I'm going to float on a portal here, then I believe one of the exits is down there. Right, this is the Solaris Concourse. It's very nice. And now I'm just going to look for a waypoint so I can come back to this area later on. If you look at the map, we have now just... Okay, there's actually a lot of enemies. We have kind of skipped this area and managed to go to the concourse right away. And then somewhere up here should be the temple. Okay, probably over here. And there we go, Solaris Temple level 1. In here I'm just going to look for a waypoint, and then I'm going to teleport back to town, go into the portal I set up in the hidden underbelly, and then look for the other exit, which will lead us to the bathhouse. And the bathhouse is right there. So we are going to be able to just completely skip having to do this area. That's just a bit faster. Okay, so there's the waypoint. Now I go back to town, into the portal, and now I'm going to look for the exit to the bathhouse. Probably is up here to the right if I had to guess. And as you can see, the archers deal a lot of damage. I almost died to them even with completely kept chaos fire resistance. There's the bathhouse. In this area we will have to actually do a lot of different things. To the left here you can see another Trial of Ascendency. I think I'm just going to start off with that, because it's just in our way right now. Oh. That dealt a lot of damage, that's unfortunate. One last lever and then I actually have to go to the top right. Now the trial should be completed, and there we go. And now this is the first of the last 3 trials we have to do. In this act I'm also going to be ascending to the second ascendancy. I think the area level for the second ascendancy is level 85. I'm currently at the F58, 35, wrong way. But I'm going to progress to like level 55 probably before I do the Ascendancy trial. But this is also going to be in this episode. Right, I'm going to grab the waypoint. So I can come back here and then look for another exit. We have to go to the High Gardens and then to the Lunaris Concourse. That's the two exits we have to find. There's one of them. This is the High Gardens. The Lunaris Concourse exit should be at the top right of this area. And in this area we just have to defeat a boss. One thing you have to be careful of in this area especially is the porcupines. These guys right here, after you kill them, they shoot out spikes, and if you are close to them they can just shotgun you and one-shot you. Definitely be careful to not charge into them. Okay, so there's a lot of them. As you can see, I stay at a distance so I don't get shotgunned by the projectiles. And some more life. Especially on less tanky builds, this area is very annoying, because it's just possible that you get one-shot by the porcupines. Right now to me they don't deal as much damage as they would deal on other classes, because I have a lot of life and some armor, but this area can feel like really annoying if you are squishy. And finally we found the exit, or the boss fight, and here we have to kill Yugal. He is going to disappear twice in this fight and spawn some ads. I think every third. And there he goes. He's going to spawn some copies of himself. And after we've defeated all of them, he's going to reappear. The most dangerous thing in this fight is not the boss itself, but the bubbles that these pools shoot at you. So really be careful not to just stand in them. I thought he would phase. Didn't. Now he phases. It's great. Then try to dodge these bubbles, they shield you and also deal a bit of damage. Right, after we've defeated him, log out, go back to town, and we can collect some rewards.
Why are you still standing there?
Let's take this one.
Stay out of the shadows. They bite.
Okay, that's not too bad. And now with the new points I got, I'm actually going to right here. You can like hide your ascendancy points, because the nodes I want to allocate kind of get hidden by the ascendancy points right here. So you can just click this on and off to allocate the points. And now I'm going to do a few more areas. I think go to the bathhouse first. And then top right for the Lunaris Concourse this time. And I did not activate my anger aura for some reason, that's why I'm having some low damage. So always be sure to have your aura activated. And it contributes quite a bit to your damage. I think this is like, yeah, 50 to 80 fire damage, that's a lot. And now from the waypoint you just go straight up.
Over here.
There's the entrance for the temple. I'm going to do the Lunaris Temple first and then Solaris Temple. Order at this point doesn't really matter. I just like doing it this way. And we have to find the Sun and the Moon Orb to fight the final boss. There's another map. The first map actually we found in this playthrough. So about maps, these are the things that you use in the endgame to open areas. And I'm also going to show you how that works in a future episode. But basically, after you're done with the campaign, you get access to a map device where you can put in your maps, then run them. And with these maps you can kind of complete your atlas. A lot of stuff I will explain in a separate endgame tutorial. Alright, anyways, focusing on the campaign now. I'm still looking for the waypoint of this area, because when we find the waypoint, there we go, that's also where the entrance to level 2 is. Right here, level 2. If you remember how the Moon Temple was in Act 3, this is the exact same. So I like to just go down left and look for the staircases. Okay, and yeah, this is the first staircase, very nice. You always want to go up the staircases that lead away from the main area. I think this is the next one. And now just one more. And now at the top you go into the direction of no wagons. So right here there is one wagon. I'm going to go left. Then go left until you hit the end of the area. Right here. And then go down, you will find a silver door. After the silver door just go straight. There will be another one. Then in this kind of circular area there should be another silver door. And from here you just have to go straight until you find the portal. Okay, they dropped another map. I'm going to pick that up. Now this is the Moon Harbinger. Dusk, his name is Dusk and Dawn. The Sun and Moon guys. And you can kind of just tank him and stand there. Really nice. Grab the crafting recipe. Important, don't forget to pick up the Moon Orb. And then go back to character selection. Go back in, and now we can do the Sun Temple. For the Solaris Temple level 2, the main thing I try to do is kind of go in a U-turn. That sometimes works. So let's see what this layout looks like. Because I have to go a bit further in this direction. Very nice. Was the right way, and now we can fight Dawn, I believe. And there we go. I think he can also just stand still when we dodge the big lasers from the sky. And he's dead. Crafting recipe, Sun Orb, and now we can finish up the act. Probably before we finish the act I'm going to do the Trial of Ascendency. If you want to finish the act right now and do the trial after, you can from here just go to the Lunaris Concourse, go back, and you will find the broken bridge or the harbor bridge, something like that. Basically there you will be able to fight the two sun goddesses, and that will conclude this act. However, I'm going to ascend first. And that will also give us a pretty big power spike. Not needed for the boss, it's not like the boss is exceedingly difficult. I just like having a bit more power. And I shouldn't have walked into the store because it's kind of the wrong way. So hopefully there's the other door. Very nice. And this directly leads us to an Aspirant's Trial.
The weary traveler.
Let's see our damage against Isaro.
The things that slumber should never be awoken.
That's very nice damage.
You are inexhaustible.
Just keep out of his big slams and then you will be totally fine.
Pity the emperor who sits alone on his throne.
Apparently I did not press the lever. Try it again. Okay, let's find the other door. This leads to a bit of an errand. Hopefully it's up here. Okay, there's the other exit, perfect. And this one leads straight. That's what you're looking for. Also, if you're not as experienced, just do the trap rooms a bit slower. If you would dash through them like I do right there, there's a pretty high chance you can just die. Anyways, Aspirant's Trial number 2.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. The essence of an empire to enter must be shared equally amongst all of its citizens. You are condemned. You are inexhaustible. A wise emperor recognizes that life and empire are the same. I must have time to gather my will.
And this leads straight, very nice. Just one more room and then we can get our second Ascendency. This is strong way, we have to go to the Aspirant's Trial. There we go.
An aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must.
And now in this fight, as you can see, there's already some traps in the boss room. The harder the trials get, the more traps you will see.
Stand your ground. Your destination is more dangerous than the journey.
Let's pick up the keys. Then grab your Ascendency. Right here. As I said, I'm going to grab the increased maximum mana, some damage taken before life, and then change Decoration of Soul. Next thing I'm going to do is... hopefully I have another gem. Actually, okay, I do. Rotting Magma, put it in. Just any blue attack gem. I'm going to try to get a transfigured version of a skill I like. This is not the gem I want, but probably worth a little bit. Right, anyways, we got our Ascension, and now I'm going to finish up the act. And we go to the Lunaris Concourse. From here, as I said, you want to go down. To the Harbor Bridge. And then in this area, the Harbor Bridge, you can just completely walk straight till you find the boss room. Always the same layout. There we go. Click the statue and now you can fight the Moon and the Sun Goddess. The Moon Goddess is not that dangerous. For the Sun Goddess you want to stay behind her because she does some laser attacks. Then you have to defeat them one after the other. Here's her laser. Okay, one of them is done. And there we go, that's the final boss of Act 9. Act 8. And now we are moving on to Act 9. Nice, this is the Blood Aqueduct. This leads us to Act 9. This is the same or very similar to the Aqueduct in Act 4. We just have to move straight. This area is also very nice if you want to level a little bit. There's a lot of blue pegs, a lot of monsters. Pretty linear layout. Very nice to just run through and get a few levels. Now I'm also going to take the Mastery right here. 15% chance to treat resistances as inverted. Okay, and there's the entrance to Highgate, the town for Act 9, and this is pretty much the episode. So, we've completed Act 8. If you've enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And then as always, thank you for watching and goodbye.